What is going on, everybody? It is the Broke Boys back again with another video. And today we got a little Dragonball super match, you know what I mean? That boy Jiren versus SS4 Bardock. Yes, 2 decks of new support. And we got my boys with me. That boy Chill Brando. Say something to the people.
What's up, guys?
And that boy Blinks Kane.
Y'all already know what the freak going on, man.
So today we're gonna give you a little commentary with this bad boy video, and it's a little bit of a grindy one. So strap in, cause we finna go crazy.
Yeah, man. You know what? Cam, start off by telling us, man, what's going on with this Jiren, bro, about that support? What we got?
Well, Jiren, he's a little bit of a different red leader, man. Like, as far as the support, we'll get into that when it comes up. But the leader itself is an activate main. You take a life. Look at the top 7 of your deck, and you play 1 red universe 11 card with the energy cost of 1 in rest mode. So that's, of course, how you're gonna set up your X Evolve plays and get a little more bang for your buck with your energy.
Right.
Because here we play the Topo. He has a +1. At the end of your turn, you may play a red battle card with energy cost of 1 in rest mode. So some free play, you know, a little bit of a nerf Gogeta. And auto, once per turn, be during your turn or your opponent's. When you X Evolve, you give the card 5K and a marker. So you kind of racking up a little bit.
Yeah, that's pretty lit.
Right.
Tell me about that Bardock, bro. Tell me what's going on with that blue
Look,
guy.
man. I used to play Bardock back when it was slow as crap. Slow as a snail. I gotta say, with the new support, Bardock has definitely grown to be a lot faster. It's grown to be a lot stronger. And it's just like a overall like really fun deck to play. And like the fact that, you know, Bardock always had like this thing, like it's blue black. It was the first deck to have black multicolor cards. I mean, it's pretty dope. So that gives you access to so many different like techs that you can add into the deck. Like freaking, you could run Nimbus in the deck because you got yellow energy. You could run Oolong in your Z deck because you got yellow Z energy. You got yellow energy, I mean. And then, you know, any other cards that, you know, just cost like a color that doesn't specify towards the leader, you can run that in the deck. So it's pretty cool. And, you know, with a lot of the cards, the 2-drops, they get effects on charge and on play. So like, you're starting a turn possibly already doing an effect. Like there's a blue Vegeta, you charge him, you get to choose a card in your opponent's hand, bottom deck it, and then they draw a card. It's not necessarily taking their hand away, but you got that potential to pull something good out their hand just by charging. So you ain't have to tap no energy or nothing. So junk's pretty lit, man. You gotta love it. See here, I was able to play that new tech, which is the yellow SS4 Son Goku Prismatic Radiance. It's reduced in your hand if your leader is a Bardock Xeno card by 1 yellow, so you can pay just a black energy for it for 1. And he's basically a top 5 searcher. And, you know, before in the deck, the only searchers we had was the leader and SS4's call. So having access to a searcher definitely helps the deck be able to filter, to be able to find more SS4 cards to be able to play. And then it has that real spicy activate main. It's a limit 1. If you have 2 or more non-black colors present among your black multicolored cards and your energy, you add this card to hand. So 1, you recycle that card back to hand, and then you get to play a 3-drop black multicolored battle card in rest mode from your hand. So that's giving that little extra free play out, you know, versus how it used to be. You had to combo a 3 cost and then tap an energy, play it, and all that other random bullshit like a.
Nice. Oh, my bad. Here you see me setting up that Jiren on top right now is probably one of the best Jiren, like one of the first targets, honestly, because 1 is free. So you can still conserve your energy while advancing your plays. He's a 15K body that on play, he next a card about 10 or 15, I think it's 10. Yeah, next card 10K and you draw a card. So because Jiren, the leader, has the auto, just auto. You pay the spirit boost cost, and you also pay the cost of the X evolve. You can do it when your opponent attacks. That's on anything. So they attack your unison, your leader, your battle card. They attack in general. You can pay the cost of the X evolve and spirit boost 1. X evolve any 1-drop Jiren or 4-drop Jiren, just as long as you can pay it. And it's pretty strong defensive because there's some that let you give your leader 1k boost, which is pretty powerful because they swing 15. Now they got to combo up.
Mm-hmm.
As well as cards that just neg. And just do a whole bunch of shenanigans that help you, like, kind of throw off your opponent during their turn and also advance your board state.
And what I want to say, though, I actually do like the fact they actually gave Jiren some support. Because at first, like, Jiren wasn't really a bad leader. Even when he came out, he wasn't really a bad leader. It's just that he wasn't getting no playtime because it was just something missing. But I believe you played the Dispo. I don't know if you played. I can barely see it.
Yeah, I did.
But yeah, that Dispo, it changes like so much in the game for this leader. It's like he's really the engine behind all of it. Because the unison, of course, is part of the engine, but Dispo puts in a lot of work to where it's like, you know what? I really don't feel like dealing with this unison. He's going to be at 10 markers by turn 3. So, I mean, hey.
Yeah.
Put you in a tough spot to decide if you want to swing leader or swing unison all day.
Mm-hmm.
And as you just saw, because speaking of Dispo, I used a battle to combo a card from under one of my Jirens for free. That gave me a little extra pressure and forced Blix to, give a little of his hand to save his battle card without me taxing my own hand.
Right.
And the Jiren as well, my bad, not Jiren, but the Dispo as well has the auto, and you touched on this a little bit, but he has the auto to, when you X evolve, you draw a card and give your unison markers. So like Brando said, you're boosting up markers, you're boosting up your hand, you're comboing without giving out any of your hands, so like you're getting advantage real fast during your turn and your opponent's turn, and it can get kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You can see what's on that Joker board right now. He got like daggone 4 cards already.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I would definitely say that 1-drop in rest mode, what is it, Kenshi? Or
Kenshi.
Yeah, like he gives your other Universe 11 that are 1-drops barrier. So like that Dispo being on board with barrier just kind of becomes a bit of an issue because you're adding 2 markers. Like for me, potentially, I played this Jiren before lip support, so like it was really different because typically you want to swing at your opponent's unison, you want to punish that unison to death, and make them lose some markers. But this Joker just say, I'm gonna X evolve and I'm gonna just give him 2 more markers just because you swung. And so it's just like, dang. And like I don't even know if I want to swing at that Joker no more. But like you leaving a unison on board, like that leaves a whole lot of potential for counter plays. Like the freaking horizon is there for you when you got your unison that can just stick on board.
You got access to a lot of defensive tools.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wolfang Fist is still pretty strong to use for free to help defend your unison, as well as Dispo. Every color has a variation of this card, but it's basically negate the attack for 1 energy, but you can also spirit boost 2 using negate 3.
Right.
And that alone is just very strong because like not many people are running it these days.
Mm-hmm.
Even the guy that made that Topo Gohan, he said that won him a game or 2, a couple games, because his opponent did not expect that.
Understandable. One thing I forgot to mention about the Bardock deck, on the front side, it reduces the combo cost by 1 in your hand, because just about every SS4 card in the deck has a 1 cost 5k. So your opponent couldn't combo it if they took control of it. So it makes those free 5Ks, and it also makes your multicolor 8 drop that you run in the deck, which would be SS4 Indomitable Might. It lowers it by 1, and it's a 10K combo, so it's basically like a little extra super combo that you have. And the leader also gains a boost by 2K power for each color in your battle area and energy. So that's counting black, blue, yellow, green, and red as colors. So you know, most on your front side you could get up to 15K and have a 15K leader on your front side. And then to awaken, you either at 3 or less, or you have 4 more card colors in your battle area and energy. So that's counting black, same thing. So on turn 2 you want to have 2 different colors in your energy, and then that yellow searcher definitely helps because you play him out for 1, and then you can awaken and draw 2 cards and flip over. So you can awaken really early. It doesn't take any life either, so if you awaken, you're going down. You're not going down at all. Like you stay. If you're at 8, you're at 8 when you awaken. If you're at 7, so on and so forth, you're just still there. And I know I just kind of missed it a little bit, but the real cheeky thing about this deck now is, like I said, the activate main on that searcher. I was able to add that card back to hand, play the 3-drop Goku in rest mode. I activate main. By tapping 1, sending Goku to warp, I play a 2-drop from my hand. The 2-drop of choice that you typically want to play is definitely the 2-drop Prismatic Radiance SS4 Vegeta, because he lets you play a 2-drop out of your hand, and then he draws you a card. And if you have 3 or more, what is it? I think it's 3 or more colors in your energy. Then you can 4 or more colors in your energy. Then you can pick up a card from your energy and place it back down, and it doesn't specify rest mode, so it comes back in active mode. So that energy that you just used to play them, you get that right back. So it's really strong. And here I chose to play the Prismatic Aegis Bardock, mainly because he has that great activate battle that he negs a battle card 5K. So if I'm swinging at a battle card with my 16K, it's a 15K, I can just neg it down to 10. Go for the kill without having a combo. Or if they swing defensively at me, swing 15K with a battle card, I can just say activate battle, negate 10. I get to survive that attack. And he has barrier as well, so it's a really strong effect. And when he's played or charged, sorry, there's a lot of effects with this deck. He negs a battle card 2K. No, battle card or unison 2K for each of my colors in my energy. So black, blue, green, all that. If I got 4 energy, 4 multicolored black energy that are different colors, then I get to neg 2K for each one of those colors in my energy. So that's like max like a 10K. Yeah, my math ain't math, and 10K neg on a battle card. So it's definitely pretty good doing it from energy, and it's not a once per turn auto. So you know, you can be pretty cheeky with it. You can either play it or you can charge it. It's pretty ugly.
Right.
Man, you sound like you don't wrote down a whole book, didn't you?
Look, man, Bardock, Bardock needs his own rule book.
He does. Honestly, he's the only deck I know that resolves so many effects off of every part of the field, besides the dropping, the drop, life, and warp.
Right.
Battle and energy, which honestly is pretty essential. Because, the fact that I'm putting down a card on my energy and say, yeah, man, you do this, is very powerful. Not every deck got that ability. And the fact that, of course, all you got to do is just get 4 colors. Was it 4 colors, 3 or 4 colors on board or in energy just to awaken? It's counting black, too. So you potentially can awaken at 7, 8, or 8 life, depending what you're playing against.
Yep.
I think pretty strong.
I think against Cam, I did awaken at 8.
Yeah, you awaken high.
And it's pretty strong. So now it's like, dang, now I got to fight someone that's at 15. That's already on their backside, which is a strong side, and get them from 8 to 0. Not an easy task, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it'd be pretty stressful depending on what deck you're playing. But especially when your opponent deals with your board, like Lix did. But here we see I'm trying to reestablish that board, just as fast. And a card that helps a lot is the yellow Jiren. You discard it from your hand, and it allows you to play 2 Universe 11 1-drops on your drop area with their skills negated. So it's not in rest mode, and the skills negated is like, it kind of sucks, but it's also very fair because you're just going to exit over them anyway, and that being negated doesn't matter at that point.
Right.
Because like 15k body or a 19k dual attack, that allows you to apply a little bit of pressure and, you know, hopefully clear opponent's board as well as apply pressure to their life.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I would say is my favorite part about Jiren is the fact that once you get up so much in markers with your unison, that spirit boost effect is the X evolve on it, either you're on offense or defense, is really, really, really strong. So like, for example, well, I can't go too far into it, but we'll just start here. For example, you can say that, let's say Blix swing at Cam, and Cam obviously says no negates, and Blix is saying he swing with a 16k obviously. Cam can just X evolve, spirit boost X evolve on top of the 1-drop that he plays in rest mode in the turn, go to the 4-drop, and the 4-drop next 10, right?
Yes, sir.
So now you got Blix going down. You basically got a negate out of that swing, because Blix is obviously not going to combo up from 6 just to get back up to at least 10 or 15.
Yeah, that'd be pretty wild.
I mean, he'll do it, don't get me wrong. But in most scenarios, when it's like, I'm just swinging one time and you just dig me down to 6, there's no point.
Right. Can I just say that this was a disrespectful play? He dropped that 8-drop so dang going quick. He neg mobbed little barrier boy. I thought I was doing something special. I had barrier, 16k. I got a little activate battle. I could do a little something cheeky. He was gonna nuke it. He over-negged it. Disrespectful.
Strong. That junk's so strong.
And then swing 35k double, right?
To the dome.
To the dome. And the card also has an activate main. You can restand them by pitching, I think, 1 or 2 of the bodies underneath them into the drop area. And you can't play 9 Universe 11 cards for the turn. But that doesn't matter because all you're playing is Universe 11 for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you restand them, that's very strong. That's dual attack double strike on a 35k body. Not to mention the deck has a Z battle card that was recently printed from the anniversary box, same as Bardock. It has the activated main. You can remove from game from under one of your Jiren cards. Activate main battle. You can restand one of your Jiren, as well as your Topo Unison, give them blocker. And it has some other boost effects, but the main part is just you restanding your big body Jiren again. So that's triple attack, double strike on a 35k body. That's 6 damage if your opponent has no negates and cannot combo out.
Mm-hmm.
Incredibly strong.
Pretty snapped.
Crazy.
And as y'all still can see, that man board is still
Very
pretty at a
stacked.
good, decent size.
No matter how many times I removed stuff, he just kept putting it back.
With a good amount of cards in hand. It's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Good opponent.
Oh, and just in case y'all were wondering, because I know y'all saw me put that 3-drop Goku in my warp. The effect to finish that effect is at the start of your turn. You add that card back from your warp to your hand. So it's not like you're not losing the card. You can get it back, use it to charge on your next turn, or you can choose to try to do some shenanigans and you know, trigger the effect again.
It's all pretty good. Like most of these decks, you're not really losing hand advantage. They pretty much replace themselves or come right back to your hand eventually, which I like about these decks.
So here I added I played the Z Battle card, which is another new tech for the deck. It's SS4 Son Goku and Vegeta Radiant Fusion. It has deflect. If there are 3 or more non-black battle cards in your energy, you reduce the cost in your Z deck by 1 green. So it takes away that specified cost for it. And then when he's played, he can choose one of his opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less, and he KOs it. So it's definitely a really strong just effect. You know, for those yellow decks that play like Poutine and you know those little barrier cards, it's a pretty cheeky little removal that you can do. And then the spiciness, bro, of this Z battle card. I want y'all to hear me. I want y'all to really hear me. Because I'm finna read this whole effect for y'all jokers. Alright? It's activate main limit 1. If your leader is a Bardock Xeno card and you remove this card from the game, during that turn, the next time you activate main on a Goji the Xeno card that is mono black with an energy cost of 10 or multicolor with the energy cost of 8 in your hand, reduce the seal cost by 3. So, y'all saw it. I know y'all saw it. I know y'all saw it. Activate main on Indomitable Might. How many energy that costs? 3? So guess what? We get to activate main on that bad boy for free. For free.
Stupid. It's honestly just stupid and degenerate, dog. Wait.
The fact they made an 8-drop for free is crazy, though. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so good, man. And like,
so crazy.
The freaking effects, like it's not playing them with their skills together or nothing. Give my leader a 5k boost. I get to make my opponent whoop a card from hand. I neg 2 cards, 30k. And like, then he a double striker? And then you pair that up with freaking Bardock Prismatic Radiance, give him dual attack. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that happen right here, but got to do some negging action. It's freaking amazing. It feels great. 30k double strike real early. You gotta love it.
Yeah, thankfully we had a testing opposition in hand, so we'd have to bear that full force. Because that would have been pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's a strong card.
So here's a little unfortunate thing. So Bardock has more autos that you need to resolve on his backside.
Which is
so
ridiculous.
It searches for the colors on non-black, the non-black colors present on black multicolor cards in your battle area and energy. If you got 2 or more colors, the leader gets 5k. And then you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, switch it to rest mode. If you got 3 or more, then you add at the end of your turn, you switch one of your energy to active mode. And then if you got 4 colors, you draw a card. And then you choose one of your opponent's unisons and remove a marker. Here, remove the marker ain't really gonna hurt him. But, you know, if you got the little 4 colors that you need, then, you know, you got that little shystiness where you can, you draw a card, get the full effect, and then at the end of the turn, being able to restand the energy. Pretty great. It's pretty great.
What I also could say about Bardock is the simple fact that, honestly, he's one of many decks. There's not many decks that can do this, that can honestly tap out and still be kind of okay. Just simply because at the end of the turn, you restand the energy for defense. So you can restand just by any energy you want. And that's the real good part about Bardock. And I really like.
Man, that's incredibly strong, dog. Like, tapping out for your full aggression and still getting that 1 energy for defense.
Yeah.
It's been and that black loves to see.
I felt pretty good this turn too. Like I was able to get rid of that board. Cause that board got fat. And granted it was 1-drops, but it got too fat for me. I couldn't deal with it.
Yeah, I love my little 1-drops, but they're pretty easy to remove, sad to say.
Yeah. And I really like the 1-drop Z Battle card Majin Buu Pure Destroyer. It's a 1-drop body for 1 Z energy. He has blocker. The top activate main you don't really use unless you're running Agents of Destruction. But the second one has a limit 1 if your leader is black. You got 3 or more energy, which I did. You place 1 of your Z energy in the drop, and then you choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, place it under this card, and this card gains 20k power until the end of your opponent's turn. So he becomes a 25k, and he basically absorbs any one of your opponent's battle cards that don't have barrier. So that big 8-drop that he had on board, we're ahead. This might sound a little weird. I'm gonna say pause ahead of time. We sucked him right up.
Whoa.
That's wild.
Family friendly channel, sir.
Sorry.
Right.
I said pause ahead of time, guys. Come on.
That's a wild. But yeah, that was pretty disrespectful, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, when I saw him come down, I said, "Ah, shoot." Alright, don't end well for me, but I. And I thought you was gonna leave him for a blocker, but you said, "Nah, we're gonna apply some pressure with him."
You had 2 life.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll just be hopeful.
Yeah, I was hoping to get you a little. I was hoping to see if you was gonna go down 1 a little bit, see if I could put a little bit more pressure, either make you combo or whatever. And that way I could have did some more shenanigans on the later turn, but that didn't go the way I wanted.
Rule of thumb of going against Bardock: if you're not gonna win the next turn, do not go to 1 life.
Heck no.
Do not. You're gonna regret it instantly. Trust me. Beautiful counterplay that could save you. And that stops some huge bodies. Don't try it.
Look, man. Y'all do what you want, man. Don't worry about that, man. What do you worry about?
Don't listen to him.
You go against Blix anytime you go down to 1 life, you know you lost.
Bro, what? It
Because
doesn't matter what and play.
Because
1 life.
Huh?
I was saying it doesn't matter what we play. What you play, because you go to 1 life against you.
That's it.
Lost is GG's.
Nah, man. Don't worry about that.
See, that gotta make you lose your last life and still resolve all his effects. That's the type of guy he is. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna still make you pitch. I'm gonna draw 3 still, though.
Guys.
These 2.
Guys. All they're doing is talking about SS4 Gogeta Prismatic Burst. It's not even that bad of a card, guys. Come on. Be honest.
Read his effect.
Look, back then it wasn't, but now, it's a problem.
All right. You want me to read his spec?
Go ahead and read his specs. Get him out the way.
Okay. All right. We gonna skip the keyword skill. All right. Auto. when this card is played, resolve the following effects based on the card colors in your energy. So if you got, we're gonna skip that auto too. If you got blue, you draw 3 cards. If you got green, your opponent chooses 2 cards in their hand and discard them. If you got yellow, you choose one of your opponent's cards and switch it to rest mode. So that could include energy if you choose. And then if it's black, you choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and send them to the owner's warp. And then if you got red, you deal 1 damage to your opponent. All right, that ain't that bad. Okay.
Considering the fact that you can play potentially multiple, it is pretty bad.
Well, that depends on the day. Okay. So it has an activate main of paying 5 energy. You choose 1 Son Goku Xeno and 1 Vegeta Xeno in your hand or battle area, and place them in the owner's drop, and then you play this card. But pairing it up with the Z battle card that reduces the effect of a mono black 10 drop Gogeta, instead of paying 5, you're paying 2.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to cover my Awaken leader, because at 4 life he does Awaken. On the backside, he has an auto limit 2. That when you X evolve during your turn, you get a 5k boost. So you X evolve twice, you're gonna get 10k boost, putting you at 25, which we can see here on my leader. And that 5 drop Jiren X evolves over 1 or 4 costs, and it has dual attack for 1. You play for 1 energy, it has dual attack. And it also gives your leader 1k, which I already said, I'm sorry. But it's a very good pressure card, and it makes your leader pretty beefy.
Yeah, man, it's pretty dope. I definitely like it. And then, I know what y'all saying. Blix, did you really just combo the Gohan again? I did. I was ballsy.
He's a bad man.
You ain't need it.
So I'm gonna tell you what my mindset was when I comboed. One, I was like, I could bear to go ahead and just combo that little 1 card off. I was like, I think I had like a petrification in hand, so I was like, if he swings something a little too heavy, I could always use that. And like at first it was waiting for him to swing with his leader to do it, but then I said he got 2 energy. I said there's always that chance that he could try to do some more shenanigans. So I was like, let's see if we can make him. Let's see if he's gonna use some more of his energy up. Because as soon as you drop Gohan is just basically tells your opponent you got one more swing based off of the color that you have. Well, one more swing with unisons and battle cards. So if you save your leader swing, it's 2. But if a Bardock player times they Gohan negate, it could be a little detrimental for you to trying to go for game.
Very much so.
And I think here you was just trying to get rid of that Majin Buu off board, I think.
Somewhat, yeah. It's a little hard because both your bodies are 20k. Gogeta give you the 5k boost. Majin Buu sitting at 20. And I have 19k body, 10k body, and it ain't the easiest to pressure you at this point in game.
Mm-hmm. You had an 8-drop, huh?
Yeah, that'd be nice. More copies of that. Was only running 2 at the time, but hey, this is a lesson learned, right?
Look at what he just did. Pitched another one of them Jirens and played them jokers out again.
Ridiculous.
Hey man, a great value card, bro. I had to do it.
They're done ridiculous. I like the fact how Blix turned his card up so sassy. He said, "Okay, Majin Buu lives to fight again."
Yeah, and I mean the reason I did it was because I was like, the reason why I worked a little harder to protect it is because that activate main, I can use it again if I got the Z energy. So it's like, why not? You know what I mean? And look, I went to absorb his card. He snatched that card out of my hand so fast, because it has an effect that if it's about to get removed from his battle area, it just get to stick there. He just got to remove a card from up underneath it. So
yeah, you remove 2, or you could take a life.
Yeah, and we already know you wasn't about to take a life.
You want to go down to 1?
No, sir. Negative.
So what's going through your mind, Blix? Talk to the people.
At this point, I'm like, he's at 2 life. I ain't really got a lot of cards on board to really play.
A lot? You ain't got none. But go ahead.
Exactly. So it was just like, do I really try to, like, am I gonna go for game this turn? Like, it was so many different thoughts that, like, I could have, so many lines of plays I could have tried to go for, but I didn't want to overdo it because there's always a chance of different counter plays that can completely shut down the energy that I expended, and it'll hurt. So I was like, I gotta be careful on how I use my energy, and try to use it as wise as I can without
my bad, go ahead.
Yeah, basically trying to do it without hurting myself.
I want to piggyback off the word careful, man. For all you Bardock players, you have to really be careful in the type of energy you use, because if you use the wrong energy, it can screw you up on the defensive side. Just because all of it's black does not mean like, I can still tap energy for this. So just imagine, for example, you tap your green energy and you have a green Gohan negate in hand. Just because you have a blue energy up does not mean you can tap that energy for it. Because you have to remember, when it comes to that green Gohan, he just gets rid of the black energy. And that's typically what Bardock does. He just cancels out the black energy. So you still have to tap the correct colors, just so that people won't think you cheating and stuff.
I think that makes the deck pretty fair because
that would be cracking.
It lets you kind of see what your opponent's options are. Like, if he got 1 red energy up, okay, he might Bardock, counterplay. If he got the green up, okay, he's gonna floodgate me, and et cetera, Like,
got blue, bean.
Yeah.
Yellow if you run Nimbus. Makes it fair, like you said.
Yeah. And like, I gotta say, like, a lot of people sleep on freaking SSB Vegeta. freaking Surmount the Impossible. That card is really clutch. Like when it comes to playing him out for one, you bottom deck a card from hand. So if you got a card you don't want to use, you don't need to use, you bottom deck that bad boy, and then you get to take a life and you draw a card. So it lets you see some more cards. If you have 5, it lets you make your super combos live. And here I dropped that Cumber. So how I got to the thought process of wanting to play that. Basically, my opponent's at 2 life. The effect of Cumber is if your opponent has 2 or more life. When you play him, you look in your opponent's life, and then you warp a card from their life, and then you play a card from their warp. And he also warps a card off board using the activate main to warp a battle card ignoring barrier. So he's definitely a very strong freaking card, and he's a 40k swing while your opponent got 1 life. It's amazing. You gotta love it. And then of course he has the other auto that when your opponent plays a battle card with an energy cost of 7 or less, you send one of your battle cards to the owner's warp. If you do, you gain control of it. So since you play a card from your opponent's warp, if they play a card to respond to you for whatever reason, you just basically take that card and you can warp their card off a board instead of having to warp something that you have on board.
Pretty snap, I ain't gonna lie. And you're playing it for 2, guys. You're playing it for 2.
And you can play them from warp. So if you overround, for some reason you bursted them and then you overround them, cool. We'll just tap 2 player from warp.
40k beater. That's really good for defense too.
Yep.
And a good push turn.
Yep.
I got that boy Cam thinking, ain't he?
Nah, I had to do something. But now that Cumber was very, very disrespectful. I was not expecting that. Well, he's unfortunately on 1 life, and he's going to continue to apply pressure with my own card.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. So, like, right now I'm just trying to think, like, how do I get out of this predicament alive, right? How do I manage my resources to where I can, defend myself correctly? Because you can't use all your negates willy-nilly. You gotta see which one has the base power level where you can survive and say, okay, I'll combo out of this, negate the bigger ones, and act accordingly. And you also want your opponent to kind of flow the way you want them to, which ain't always gonna happen because, we got good players out here. Like this Joker Blix. He know what he gotta do. And I think right here he's swinging with Surmounting the Impossible.
I love it.
Yeah, I was like, I got some super combos. Let's use them. I said, well, let's make them combo out a little bit. Make them do a little extra work.
Right, and I have to defend this because I'm at 1 life. If I don't, I'm losing the game.
This is such a ballsy thing and it's hilarious.
Right.
And then the part about it, because I think what I comboed up to 30 here. The ugly part about it is the more I can tax your hand to make your hand a little smaller, it just makes that, what is it, a 25k SCR, because I know you Yamcha your Jiren and my SCR. So it makes that 25k just a little bit more beefy, because now you're like, dang, do I want to use these cards out of my hand?
You're right.
And so it was just, I felt like it was a pretty decent play, instead of some people trying to go for game with the little 5Ks being ugly, but I was like, nah, let's see if we can tax his hand a little bit.
I'm one of them.
Yep, I'll do it too. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm one of them.
Definitely could.
Do it, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been a reverse order, and then catch me off guard with the 5K swing when I have no hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really like that. And for y'all wondering how to Yamcha him, for those who don't know, the neg is in the counter window. You neg the card, counter window 2, because it's already on board. And then after that, you're going to play the card after all this effects is resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little education for y'all youngsters.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I thought about it here. The SS4 is called, oh, freaking great card. 0 cross card.
Now,
You freaking activate main, limit 1. You get to search top 3 in your deck, and then you add 2 with SS4 in their card names to your hand. Or add up to 2, and then if you add a 2, you bottom deck a card from hand. So like in this case, I had Petrification in hand, so I just went ahead, added 2 cards I can combo with, and bottom deck Petrification because I was trying to go for game here.
Which is pretty nifty.
Mm-hmm. I think here I decided to go ahead and try to go for it.
now that honestly threw me off guard.
You and me both, brother. I did not expect that one.
That threw me off. I said, I ain't seen Mirror the time of day.
Right.
But he honestly might be the best overrunner running this deck.
Yeah, most definitely. Because that's like darn near 100k at least.
Yep.
Depending on how many cards you get in your drop area. And I know last time I played against Blix, I believe he was running or talking about running SS4 because, you know, that's a great overround. Could whip a card on field if you got a blocker to go for game.
Mm-hmm.
But this mirror was very, very, very good and very sneaky.
Oh, that jump was cheeky.
Yeah, I remember because I had about 3 different versions of trying to build this deck, and like it was just as I was playing, I was like, dang, I need this, dang, I need that, dang, I got enough space, dang, I need that, fuck, just. And so I was like, and so at this point I was like, he got 2 energy. I was like, he can't spark in the gate. He got 1 life. So I was like, he could token the gate by tapping 2. I said, if he does that, well, I can't do nothing else about that. It is what it is. And I gotta go for it. I was like, I can't try to hold back and, you know, take the chance of him having a negate or not having a negate and then end up missing that window to go for game. And I think because of the fact that mirror gains 5k for each card in your warp, I think that put me up to about 70 with that alone. And then I would think I was able to combo up to about 100k swing. So I was like, I could do some spiciness.
Yeah, and there I evolved trying to get some more cards in my hand. See if I could, you know, get out some of the dead cards, because I have about 1 or 2, I think. In the Jiren I used to evolve lets you add 1 from the top 7, but it has to be a red Universe 11. And then if you add a card to hand, you bottom deck it. And I saw a Discipline Gate, but it was too late because I was already in mid-battle. So I tried to add some combo power. As you can see, it did not work out. And I ended up losing, and Blix clutched it out for the dub.
Yeah, man. We hope y'all enjoyed the freaking video as much as we enjoyed playing it and commentating it for y'all. Y'all already know what we need y'all to do. We need y'all to like, subscribe, sharing with your friends, turn on them notifications, because y'all know we got more heat coming y'all way. And yeah, is there anything y'all want to say?
Brando?
Oh shoot, man. Let the freak, man. Dag nabbit.
What he said, right?
Basically, that means in Brando terms, tune in for the next video. Like we said in every video, grind like you a broke boy. Peace.